Well, after years of being bullied, not only by classmates, and I also grew up with an abusive alcoholic stepfather. I was really a pretty low point in my life at that point. And then my real father in 2018 had passed away. And so at the age of 47, I remembered seeing a movie years ago called Patch Adams with Robin Williams. And it was
Great
about a
move.
doctor. Yeah, it's about a doctor who happened to be a clown. And so I got online and I started searching Patch Adams. I realized, oh, he's actually real. He's a real person. So it was a true story. And so I got onto Patch Adams' website, noticed he was taking a group of clowns. Does missions all over the world, and he was going to Russia. And so I thought, well, okay, I've never clowned before, but I had done stand-up comedy in the past. So I thought, how hard can being a clown be? I found out quickly.
Yeah, finish up then.
And so on a whim, I signed up to go on this 14-day trip to Russia. And we just kind of went into like hospitals and orphanages and drug centers and burn units and all kinds of things. And um, even before we did our first gig, we were actually on our way to our very first orphanage. And the awakening moment that I had on that trip was the bus came to a bus stop. We were at a stoplight, and there was
Right.
a little bus stop outside. And there was a old woman holding a bag of groceries, and she was standing there with maybe like 10 people, but none of the people were really paying any attention to this woman. And so while we were there, I just kind of pecked on the window, and she looked up and she kind of saw me dressed as a clown, and and she kind of started to wave a little bit, and so I waved a little faster, and then she waved a little faster. Before long, all the clowns on the bus saw what I was doing, so they all turned and they all started to wave at the woman. The light changed, and as the light changed, the bus started to pull away, and then we saw the old woman sit down on the little bench there at the bus stop, and she started to cry. But in my mind, and the awakening that I had was that in that moment, somebody saw her because she was standing at a bus stop where nobody was paying any attention to her. This could have been the first time she was seen that day, that month, that year. And just in that moment, I realized that as a clown, I had the power to make someone feel seen, even if it was for 30 seconds at a stoplight. That was the first, and then things like that, these awakenings kept happening on this trip that I was not really expecting.